This is his latest album. It's available in the United States. I don't know if you can get it here, though. It's called The Heart of the Matter. Please say hello to Kenny Rogers.
Hi, Kenny. How are you? Nice to see you.
How you doing?
Fine.
Thank you very much for being here.
Sure, I didn't realize I was this big in Tokyo.
Now you have actually performed in Japan before, haven't you?
Yes, and it was frightening.
Really? How long ago was this?
Last 2 months ago.
And a big arena?
Well, it started out, the first thing we did was at a place called the Budokan, and we had about 8,000 people there. And so that in itself, you know, when you have that many people, just by sheer numbers, you're going to end up with a decent volume. But, you know, the Japanese, as a rule, are very polite people, and rightfully so. You go in and you sing your songs, and they sit very quietly to the end, but then they really respond at the end of it, so it kind of makes up for it. But
now, did they know much about you before the show?
Nothing. No, I think they knew some of the older songs, but none of the more contemporary things. I think they knew Lady. They called it Rady, which was kind of unusual. But it was, they did, I felt responded very well. Someone had, apparently they had shown an HBO special that I did over there, and it showed the girls coming up giving me flowers. So all these little Japanese girls came up and gave me all these beautiful flowers, and then at the end of the show they wanted them back. So it was kind of, but it was fun.
Did you give them the flowers back?
Sure.
Yeah.
What was I going to do with them?
And how long were you there?
7 days.
Yeah. Now, and what were you like out on the streets? You must be quite noticeable.
Well, when I first got there, no one had any idea who I was, really, and so it was kind of mixed emotions. You know, anyone who's in the position that I'm in, usually you're so used to this high profile, and all of a sudden I walked around, no one said anything, no one cared, and I got very paranoid. As a matter of fact, I said, "Yes, I'm Kenny Rogers," and they didn't care at all. So. But then after I'd been there for a week,
are there many people with beards? I mean, was that a?
I'm the only person that's ever been there with a beard, I think, because after about 3 days, you could just see them. They would see the television show that I had done and the newspaper clippings, and I think they started recognizing that I was someone from a strange land or something.
Yeah. What about the food? What did you enjoy eating there?
Kobe steaks.
Now, what is that?
That is unbelievable. There's a place, apparently it's an area in Japan called Kobe, and they raise these cattle specifically for the purpose of making steaks out of them. I'm trying to think of a nice way to say it.
Yeah,
but what they do,
no nice way to do that.
It's
boom.
That's
there's
it.
steaks.
It's over.
Yeah.
Right. They
steak.
walk one by. But they feed these cattle beer and corn, very high protein, and they're massaged
from the time they're
born. Yes.
Beer and corn,
and they massage them every day for hours. Each steer is massaged, so the meat literally you can cut it with a fork. It's exceptionally good.
Yeah. Good heavens, but that's quite a life. I mean, if you got to end up that way.
Well, give me the choice.
Yeah, it's like a party at Wendell's house. People rubbing meat when you go over there. Now, tell me a little bit about. Is it the first musical group you were in was? Is it the New Christy?
I was with the New Christy Minstrels. I was in a jazz group before that.
What was the jazz group?
The Bobby Doyle 3. That was in Houston.
Yeah. Well, now, what year was that?
That was 60... somewhere around, in fact, starting about 1960.
Yeah. What is Bobby Doyle doing today?
He lives in Austin or San Antonio.
Still in music?
Yes, and he is, I think, one of the singularly most talented people I've ever met.
Yeah.
It bothers me that he hasn't done better with a career than because he should have.
Yeah. And then you went from there to the New Christy Minstrels. Now, what was the deal on these guys? This was folk music, right?
Folk music.
And wholesome kind of men and women, young men and women?
At least on stage they were. Yes. Off stage, it was a totally different ballgame.
Well, now let's get to that. What kind of carrying on did we have off stage?
Well, it was just seriously explicit stuff that took place with this group. I mean, this was the most bizarre group of people I've ever met in my life.
The New Christy.
I just want you to know that Kim Carnes was a member of this very group that I'm discussing here. So you can form your own judgment.
Who else was in the group?
Let's see. At the time, I was actually not one of the originals. I was about 26th generation. I had come in after they had forgotten some of the original guys' names.
They were dropping like flies because of the off-stage stuff. Sure.
And I'm trying to think. Kim Carnes would be the name that you would most likely remember from the group.
And what was the Back Porch?
Majority.
Was that a division of the New Christy Minstrels?
Randy Sparks.
A subsidiary of...
A farm team. But Randy Sparks, who originated the New Christy Minstrels, when he sold the Christie name to George Greif and Sid Garris, he then went on to start the Back Porch Majority. And they did, in fact, bring up some people out of the Christies, out of the Back Porch Majority to be with the Christies.
And was there any connection with the Chad Mitchell Trio here, or was that the Kingston Trio?
The Chad Mitchell Trio, Mike Settle, who was a member of, no, I don't think there was actually any connection. More I think. It gets very confusing. You have to know that.
For some reason, in my memory, I have them all sort of
Well, the
together.
timing was about the same.
Yeah.
We were all out there kind of at the same time, and the Kingston Trio as well.
And you're going to sing here tonight with
this
not our trio, but the gentlemen in our band.
excellent group.
All right, we're gonna do a commercial, and then we'll be right back with Kenny Rogers. Konnichiwa. Now, what are you going to do here? Is this from the new album?
Right. It's called Morning Desire.
Morning Desire. Where is that? Which side is that on, Kenny?
It's
I don't. Oh, there it is, right there, over in the corner. Morning Desire. All right, and this is just brand new release. This
about
album?
3 weeks. 4
3 weeks. Doing all right?
Doing very well.
All right. And Morning Desire with Paul and the band. You guys ready?
Yes.
Okay, folks. Kenny Rogers, Morning Desire.
Here it is, 7 in the a.m. It's gonna take more than waking to rise me.